welcome to the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. I'm your host, Samantha Salmon, author of You Can Afford to Be Healthy. And today we're talking about meal planning for busy people. I got this question: how can someone start meal prepping if they are currently working full time? So I just wanted to take you guys on a journey through my personal process, what's always worked for me, just a little bit of background on myself. I'm used to home cooked meals from I was a child, so eating out on a regular basis doesn't really make me feel good emotionally because it's already been programmed in my head since I was a young child that, you know, the food out there is not going to be as healthy as the food that's made at home, because those people don't really care for you as much as you care for you. And, you know, the people at home, you know, what your body needs to feel its best. And those people out there are just looking at what the masses want that's going to, you know, fulfill their bottom line goals, right? So that may not always suit you and your health goals. So this is like, I guess, if I were to break down my process into steps, this is what it would look like. The first step is inspiration. I love to be inspired by stuff. Typically it's books or conversations that I have with other people that are really like into health as much as I am. And so, for example, I read this book, Wheat Belly Total Health by Dr. Davis. Hey, Mom, how you doing? Nice to see you. So I read this book and I was interested. It piqued my interest just because I had already intuitively felt like grains, something wasn't right about grains and my body, because I noticed, like with oatmeal, for example, I would eat that every day and gain weight. Back when I first started my vegan journey, I ate a lot of breads and pastas, and I gained weight, you know, very quickly. Within a week, I could feel I was bigger, and I had more pounds on me. So I read this book and I wrote a whole blog about it. The link for that is in the description. It's also the first pinned comment, and it made so much sense to me. And a lot of the stuff that it was talking about the effects of grains on the body, not only did it make sense, but it's quite interesting. Not to say that everyone who's eating grains is going to have these disorders or has these disorders, but it's something to think about if you are dealing with something, or if you feel like giving up grains is something you want to give a try. Here's something that's going on for some people. And of course, different people are more or less sensitive to certain food items, right? So anyway, it piqued my interest. And so I started thinking, well, you know, what would this look like for me if I were to eat this way? So the book was the inspiration. So then I went into planning mode. How would this look like for me? And that's where I started writing a meal plan based off of the recommendations of the book. And I came up with the 7-day meal plan, clean and grain-free. So it fits into my idea of what clean eating is, which is, you know, no animal saturated fat, no animal sources of cholesterol, which is the only place that you can get dietary cholesterol. And omitting grains. Now, there's a picture of quinoa here because quinoa is a seed. Some people call it a pseudo grain. It doesn't have the same effects as the seeds of grasses. This seed in particular is related to the beet family. So that was going to be a staple because I already love quinoa. So here's the meal plan. Of course, you can download this meal plan. It's completely free if you just click on the link. Put in your email and you'll get this sent to your inbox. So I just put a quick guide. Okay, these are the foods to include. These are the foods to avoid. And breakfast ideas, lunch ideas, snack ideas, dinner ideas. So everything is basically planned out. Now, for the busy person, I would recommend, you know, for me, I like to plan my stuff, right? if you're busy, it would be helpful if you already went off of a guide that someone else already created. So next week, which I think I said this week, but I had a little delay. But next week, I'm going to bring to you guys a keto vegan expert, someone who's been doing keto vegan for a long time. And she has meal plans already prepared. This meal plan is clean and grain-free. So if you are vegan, but beyond vegan, you're like not just into animal activism, but you're actually concerned about your health, your cardiovascular system, and your neurological system, then this plan completely free and it's available. And so it just kind of saves you some of that planning time, on what to do. But still, there's some inspiration there because you're not just going to follow the recipes exact. You can, of course, but what if you are allergic to mushrooms and mushrooms is on the menu? Or what if you don't like cashews and cashews is included? You know, you have wiggle room to, make adjustments here and there. So anyway, that's my process. I got inspired by the book. I went into planning on how would this look like for me. And I created this, that of course, like I said, you can download. So it has all of what to eat, right? Now in that planning, we want to actually sit down and take from the list of options and put it into this spreadsheet. So you have your weekly menu plan, you have your shopping list, and this is basically, sorry guys, I just wanted to fix this a little bit. Okay, so you have your menu plan. You basically carve out some time. If you work full time and you're working like a Monday through Friday, maybe it would be better for you to just take an hour or a couple hours out of your Sunday to just sit down and plan what you want to eat for the week. For breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and just write it all out on this plan. Now, to make things very simple for yourself, stick to one thing for the week and just worry about keeping yourself stocked. That's the simplest way to do it. Like, okay, I'm going to just have, let's see, what's on the options for breakfast? A blueberry smoothie. I'm just going to have this blueberry smoothie and make for the first 3 or 4 days, and then a moringa smoothie the last 3 to 4 days. Split it up however you want to do it, just to keep things simple. And some recipes, of course, are going to overlap. So you write down what you want, right? Dinner, just keep it the same throughout the week. Unless you need more variety, I would just keep it as simple as possible. Not only is that great, just planning wise, and preparation wise, because it makes things really, really simple, especially if you're first getting started with meal planning. And that's the hardest part, is just to get started with doing something new. So just stick to one thing. And even if you run out and then your normal thing is that you would be buying lunch the whole week, at least you didn't buy lunch the first 3-4 days, right? Just to get into the habit of preparing a meal at home and bringing it to work, so you have the most part of your week a home cooked meal that meets your standards to help you achieve your health goals, because that's really what it's all about, right? So you fill that out. Once you have all your meals down there, you know what the ingredients are because they're on the recipes, and you fill out on the right side here is the healthy shopping list. So you put it in all the stuff, and it's all like separated. So basically when you're running through the store, typically the vegetables are together, the fruits are together, snacks, water, tea, they're in the inside aisles. Legumes are usually in the dried bulk area, which is typically on the perimeter. For most of the foods that I promote that everyone eat is going to be on the perimeter. Typically towards the core of the grocery store is a lot of packaged foods, and there's not going to be too much there for people like us, for us health conscious individuals, right? There's just going to be a lot of extra stuff. And once in a while, if there's some really great snacks on those inside aisles, I'll show them to you guys, or it'll be on my snack list or something like that. The only two things that I would typically pick up from those inside aisles that are like my, I would say like my guilty pleasures is, Skinny Pop popcorn. The ingredients are pretty clean. It's just popcorn, non-GMO. verified, and olive oil and sea salt. Perfect in my eyes, because like I hadn't had popcorn in so long prior, and it just tastes really, really good. And then the roasted seaweed that I've shown you guys, which is another fun snack. Very simple ingredients. So those things are on the inside out. There's really nothing else. Possibly pickles, but in some grocery stores you'll find that in the produce aisle, or maybe they'll have pre-packaged guacamole and hummus and stuff like that. It might be there, but typically that's on the perimeter. So you're just going to organize everything. And let me tell you, like, you have all the options here. You go through, you pick something that looks appetizing to you. The snack ideas, you pick something, just have like 1, 2, or 3 things. They're pretty small. Unless you're shopping at Costco or something. If you're shopping at Costco and you manage to get like a vegan yogurt in bulk, then you're probably going to just have that throughout the week, maybe as part of your, even a snack after your breakfast or something like that. So everything's pretty much laid out there in terms of options. You populate everything in your menu plan. You take the information from the recipes, put it in your shopping list, and then you go shopping. So when you go shopping, not only are you saving money because you're not buying willy-nilly, but you're saving time because it's targeted. You're going in the store with a plan, so you can't really be swayed one way or the other. You also have you save lots of money. Exactly. You save money. You go in, you know what you're going to do. You know what you're going to eat for the week. So in terms of, so you're going to plan, and then you're going to shop. When do you shop? Typically you could shop on your Saturday or your Sunday, and that's the third step in the process, right? First step is inspiration. Second step, planning. Third step, shopping. Okay. That's the fun part. You have your shopping list. You go to the store, you pick up all the stuff you want. And then we're on to the fourth step, which is prepping. Okay. Prepping usually takes me an hour. Let's say I was making roasted sweet potato or butternut squash and quinoa. And let's see, we have butternut squash, we have the vegetable quinoa, we have, let's say, garbanzo beans, and that's it, right? Or an avocado. Okay, that's pretty much a meal. That's a pretty balanced meal. So the roasted butternut squash, I would work on that first. I would wash, cut it, put that in the oven, set it in there for like 45 minutes to 60 minutes, right? While that's going, I can work on the beans, which will take me probably about 30 minutes just boiling those. And the quinoa is going to take 15 minutes. And by the time the beans are done and the quinoa is done, this butternut squash is done. And then we're on to the fifth and final step, which is storing. So if you go to my website, rawfoodmealplanner.com, there is an option there on the main page to download kitchen tools to make meal prep fun and easy. And in that document, I have the bowls that I like to use that I've been using for years now when I'm eating lunch out. And it works great for my salads, for sandwiches, for meals like this. I particularly like, and that's how you see this meal plan has been structured, to have like what most people would call a dinner as the middle meal, because that's what's always worked really well for me. I like to have my salad fresh, so I'll do that in the evening. If I'm working a 8 to 5 job, I'm not going to be at work, because typically that's very difficult to put a kale salad together. Although you could make it and bring it and just put your dressing in a little container and add it or whatever. But if you add it on and then take it to work, it loses the flavor. Like the dressing dries up or it'll be too soggy, depending on how fine you cut your salads. But these are the types of things where the more you do it, the more you learn. So you get to find out what you like, what's going to work for you, what's going to work for the containers you have, what's convenient to carry, if you need a bigger lunch bag or a smaller lunch bag, what's going to work better for you. So the best thing to do is just get started. Just start. That's it. It doesn't matter if you work full-time, work part-time, work overtime, you can still meal prep, because why? Your health is the most important thing. I mean, all those jobs don't mean anything if you don't have your health. You can't make money if you're not healthy. And so just get started and just do it, right? If you have to carve out 3 hours in the beginning on a Saturday to just start preparing, getting your mind right, just devote the time in the beginning, because eventually it will get easier. It will be quicker. It's just going to be second nature. It's going to be part of your routine, like taking a shower and brushing your teeth. It's just easy. So those are the 5 steps, basically. Inspiration for me, because I always love to be inspired. This is how I switch up things. And I don't know, if you guys are interested in me sharing with you what I personally have eaten for the week, in like a food journal or food diary or something like that, then type below, yes, I'm interested, so I know, and then I'll share those with you every week when we go live. Next week is probably going to be the last week for this season of the Raw Food Health Empowerment Show. Thank you all for being on this journey with me for the first season. And next season, we have some exciting stuff in store, some exciting topics. So hopefully you're on my email list. If you're on my email list, you already know something about that. I've already clued you in onto the exciting topics we have. Comment below if there's any topics in particular you would love for me to cover. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to have some fun stuff, okay? Just fun things going on. And yeah, so just keep me posted. I hope you all are meal prepping. And today I'm actually going to make something from this meal plan, because I think I was starting to say earlier, like I switch it up. So now I'm in like the hot chocolate season. I've been craving it. I kind of posted about it on social media. And so it changes all the time. I'll see something, I get inspired, or I'll read something and I get inspired. And of course, as we talk about different diets and stuff like that, if it's something that's a diet worth exploring, I will have a meal plan option for you guys if you want to experiment with that. But this meal in particular that I'm going to be making today, and I will share photos later, is the kale quinoa salad with black beans. Instead of the black beans, I'm going to use garbanzo because that's what I have. And it's from fatfreevegan.com, my favorite blog. This is my all-time favorite because when I first went vegan, and I think it was, I'm not sure if it was like from the very beginning or after I noticed that my waistline was expanding and that eating all that bread wasn't working. But fatfreevegan.com was such a crucial resource for me because the recipes are fat-free. And for the most part, it's pretty clean. Some of the stuff, I'm still discerning because as we grow, evolve, we learn more. But I think it's that's probably the cleanest, other than my site, of course, the cleanest place for recipes. Other than my site and maybe Fully Raw Christina, because her stuff is raw. Most of the raw food bloggers and my site, and I would put Fat Free Vegan as the cleanest cooked food blog around, just based off of the recipes they have available, the ingredients that they're using. So if you're looking to get started on the vegan journey, I would highly, highly recommend that as a resource for some delicious, clean, healthy recipes. So you guys, download the meal plan. The link for that, like I said, is in the description to this video. And if you want to chat about your health goals, just start messaging me. There are some free meal plans, 100% raw meal plans, high raw meal plans, all free on the website. My bots in my messenger will help guide you to those resources. So just Facebook message me, all right? I hope you guys have a great Sunday, and I will see you next